Hello, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, whenever you happen to be catching this video. This is your girl, Blessed Butterfly Tarot. And yeah, I know it's been a minute, but I said, let me just go ahead and do what I can to get some videos out. So announcement, I had another baby. Yay. But yeah, so that has been kind of hard on me in my schedule. And we had moved, and it's just been a whole list of things that have just impeded my ability to really kind of get those readings out. But I said, oh my God, the girls are with grandma today. Let me go ahead and try to get this video out. So what we're doing is we are looking at the month of June. Happy birthday to all of my Geminis, and happy late birthday to all of my Tauruses, and happy upcoming birthday to my Cancers. Yay. All right. My moon is in Cancer, so I do have a little bit of partiality to Cancer energy. But that's neither here nor there. How is everybody? Did you miss me? I know, like, there's so many other tarot readers out there that you could be watching, but you're watching me today, and I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. So I'm going to go ahead and roll these dice. Ignore the sweater, you guys. I've had this sweater, I think, literally for 20 years. Let me see. When I first graduated high school, I know I'm aging myself right now. But yeah, it's been about 20 years. So, all right, let's go ahead and roll this dice and see what does this month of June have for us for Gemini / Cancer season. Oh, okay. So we have Pisces. We have North Node in 10th house. Oh my goodness. This is very interesting. Okay, so Pisces to me represents like a very dreamy energy, you know, very light-hearted, very free-spirited. And it's in the 10th house, which is kind of contradictory. Is that the word I'm looking for? Help me out, my word people, which are Geminis. Ironically, Geminis are usually very good with words. So my Geminis, help me out. So contradictory, oxymoronic, you know, opposite to that energy. And then it's in the North Node. So for me, what I'm getting is that there seems to be some type of lightheartedness that's kind of coming. It's coming soon with this North Node. And for me, honestly, it's really feeling kind of long term. So the fact that this is coming up for Gemini, I see Geminis as pretty lighthearted as it is too, because Geminis, you know, can be, and this is no offense to my Geminis, but a stereotype of Geminis is that they can be somewhat superficial, okay, or like keep things kind of at a surface level. And so for me, what this is saying to me is that for this Gemini season, very fittingly, is that you're going to have a little bit of a lighthearted spirit, especially when it comes to your career. You might be taking on a little bit of a lighthearted approach when it comes to your career, or even like some future decisions that might affect your career, or even like your reputation. Also, something with Pisces is that they can have a little bit of a romantic type of energy to it as well. So I feel like you're almost like romanticizing your career in a sense, or you might even be finding a career that you love so much that it doesn't even feel like work. That's what it feels like to me. And it's something that with this North Node, it's something that to me, it feels like you plan on doing long term. This could be a little bit of a life-changing season for you guys, which I'm really happy to get into. Let's see what the tarot says for that. I mean, I'm really liking this. Like a very dreamy, romantic type of vibe here. Especially when it comes to career. Some of you guys might even find your future love in your career. Oh my God, look at this at the bottom of the deck, Conqueror of Coins. If I'm not mistaken, that is the King of Pentacles. Let me just take a look at the guide really quick. Let's see, Conqueror. Oh no, Knight of Coins. Okay. Knight of Coins. Okay, so Conqueror is the Knight, Sovereign is Queen, and Ruler. Ruler would have been the King. But Conqueror of Coins for me is kind of confirmation that this does have to do with work. And this, honestly, the Conqueror of Coins to me is a little bit of a more mundane, humdrum type of energy, and you're kind of like getting out of this and looking for something more lighthearted, something that you don't take too seriously, but it still seems to like really make you quite a bit of money and even help to elevate your reputation with that 10th house as well. So, ooh, that was a bunch of cards. The first card that came out though was this, the 9 of Wands. Okay, let's go ahead and put these other cards back in the deck. Yeah, so you're transitioning out of that humdrum type of energy and, you know, going into something a little bit more lighthearted, more free-spirited. You could even be digging into some artistic type of venture that could make you money in the long term, or something that you have a reputation for, some artistic type of talent that you have that could, you know, make you money in the long term, or could even, you know, bring you to the spotlight. Why am I getting spotlight? I'm getting something. You guys might be, what's the term? Oh my goodness. For Gemini season, I'm really at a loss for words. Marketing, boom. Marketing your talent to the world. Okay, so a bunch of cards came out. This, I'm not gonna lie, this deck is a little bit harder to shuffle. I love the imagery, but godly, it's so thick. It's a thick mama, thick. Oh my goodness. All right. Okay, and let's see. Okay, so the Chariot came out. I'm not sure if it was in reverse or not. It actually fell on the floor. Oh, and on the bottom of the deck, the Anchor. Wow. Wow, of 4 cards, 3 of them are major arcana, which is insane to me. So, so I was kind of picking up a little bit more of a, like a, not heavier in the sense of like serious, but like heavier in the sense of like pivotal. Boom. Oh my God, you guys. Words are not my friend today. I promise. When I have to sit down and do an essay, like the words come so much quicker versus like when I have to freestyle the words. So like, yeah, so this could be a little bit of a pivotal month for you guys. If you guys get the chance, please come back and tell me how this month was for you, because I would really like to know. But yeah, so we have the 9 of Wands. Oh my goodness. Judgment. The Chariot, and the Anchor on the bottom of the deck. Wow. So what I'm getting is that you guys might be sick and tired of being sick and tired. If there's any cliche. If there's a reading that shows I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired, this is it. So it seems like you guys just kind of, and I'm getting this to be an area of work, because of that 10th house energy, but take it wherever it applies. It could be in romance, or even with like family, or some type of situation that maybe you've been dealing with for like a long time. And with that North Node energy, North Node to me feels like an uphill battle, right? Because South Node is where we are super comfortable at, you know what I mean? It's what we were born into, and North Node is what we were born to become. And to become that North Node, I feel like you have to almost like completely shed what you've been originally taught. So if you, for example, were born in poverty, okay, and you are growing up around a lot of people who have, say, like a lack mindset, it's not going to be very easy for you to have an abundant mindset and see abundance around you, and be willing to have, you know, that sense of like openness and generosity that people who do have an abundant mindset tend to have, because you're going to be, you know, afraid that you're going to lose what you have. So you have to like unlearn a lot of the things that you've been taught originally. And I feel like with this upcoming month in June, we are at least taking those steps to get into that North Node energy and making up our minds with that Judgment and this Chariot. We are moving forward with like a sense of balance. I'm really feeling like a sense of balance here, like a combination of your heart and mind. They're just kind of coming together in this marriage of, and this matrimony of just like clear decision making to move forward and, you know, really set the foundation for something that could be, you know, could set you for life. If I'm being honest, with 10th house that's legacy. I mean, that's generational, you know, to me. For the 10th house to come up, for me, that's very 10 of Pentacles. That's just what I'm seeing in my mind's eye, you know. So you guys are setting forth something very life-changing with that Judgment right there. And then the Anchor on the bottom of the deck, if I'm not mistaken, that is the, what do you call it, the Emperor. Let me just make sure. The Anchor, yes. So yes, number 4. So yeah, the Anchor is the Emperor. And if that is boss energy, like if there's another boss energy that is above the Anchor, let me know in the comments, because I can't think of it right now. And I've been doing tarot for at least 4 or 5 years. Like the Anchor is the boss. Like he is, I wouldn't even say CEO. I would say that's more like King of Pentacles. The owner is more like King of Wands. The Anchor, baby, that is like, this is somebody who has franchises that the King of Pentacles and the King of Wands own. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing it like kind of a big deal. This month seems to be a little bit of a big deal for you guys. So I mean, it's going to take a lot of work, a lot of energy, but with that 9 of Wands here, I'm really seeing that you guys are willing to put in the work, willing to put in the effort. You know, you're persevering through some challenges that you might have faced before in the past. I'm kind of getting that maybe it might be something that you've tried already before in the past, and maybe, you know, you didn't do so well before, but you are like kind of coming back with a vengeance with that Chariot energy. And I see nothing but success, was especially with that Chariot energy. And the fact that I didn't know if it was upright or reversed really tells me that there might have been some indecision about this before in the past, like you, or like some false starts, like maybe you started it and then like you just couldn't get it around to like finishing it, you know, or maybe you just didn't have the resources. The emperor could be somebody who has that information for you and could provide you with like some guidance as far as like what to do exactly, you know, or like you know, just kind of proper steps to take for your business. Oh, did I say for your business? Maybe you guys are starting a business. I didn't even mean to say that. Like, that was like a, I wouldn't even say Freud. Is it Freudian slip? Well, it just was a slip of the tongue. Let's just say that. So let's just get some divine abundance oracle cards here. And ooh, boom. Oh my God. I love when the oracle cards just speak to me. Courage. Let me be open to courageously take the steps that are shown. Okay, so that is, oh my God, that matches up perfectly with that Nine of Wands card right here. And on the bottom of the deck, we have karma. Wow, there's nothing from a past life that can't be addressed in the current life. Okay, and so even though like it says that, I feel like this is something that your ancestors have really prayed for, and like they've really helped you to like put in the, I don't know, I feel like they've put in a good word for you on the other side and have maybe even kind of set things up to your advantage. So even though things may not have seemed to work in your favor, like with that Chariot in reverse, upright, we don't know type energy, right? So like even though like some things did not work out for you in the past, there were like blessings in disguise. So I am seeing in my mind's eyes like maybe like some tower moments that might have happened for you in the recent past. I'm thinking like maybe that this past fall, or maybe around summer of this of last year, around this time even, some tower moments that happened for you that at the time, I mean, a tower moment is what it is for me. Like, I hate to see a tower card coming, you know, and even though I'm a Scorpio, I'm Mars ruled, like you would think tarot, why do I keep wanting to say tarot? Tower moments shouldn't scare me, you know, but I cannot stand a tower moment, because as a fixed sign, like I like my comforts. Okay. I like to be comfortable. You know, I've been in the same relationship for 10 years. You know, like I don't want to get into anything new, you know what I mean? I like the same old. And I get very comfortable personally, okay? So maybe this reading is for me too. Like, who knows? Maybe this reading is for me too, because, you know, it takes courage to do something that you might have failed at before. And like that karma, I really feel like I was saying before, yeah, generational, because I got caught on a tangent here. So yeah, so generational, this seems to be like something that was generational, like your ancestors really prayed for you, and you might have even done something to help somebody in the past. I don't know, the Seeker of Wands is kind of showing here on the bottom. So this Seeker of Wands is the Page of Wands, and I always see the wands as, you know, trailblazers. The court cards in the wands deck or suit, I see them as trailblazers. And so like for me, that does feel like a new venture, or maybe like a path that, you know, is uncommon or not known to a lot of people. So let's get some general advice. I'm loving this. Oh, God, I hate that I stepped away for tarot for so long, or from doing readings for so long. Life just kind of got in the way. Just life. And like, I love being a mom, but golly. Okay, so here we have two cards that came out. And We have faith in your dreams. Absolutely, because it takes courage to do so. How are we gonna do this? Have faith in your dreams, waxing crescent moon, and a personal issue reaches resolution, and that comes up right under the karma. So full moon in Cancer. When is this next full moon, and what sign is it gonna be in? I could look that up really quick. Hold on. Okay, so the next full moon is going to be in Sagittarius, so never mind that. But full moon in Cancer, a personal issue reaches resolution. Honestly, this is making me think of like family issues. And so honestly, what comes to mind is from the Romance Angels Oracle deck. You know, healing family issues brings you closer to love, or something along those lines. And what I'm really thinking is like there might have been some type of generational curse that you guys are breaking here. Like, this is so pivotal and this is so beautiful. I'm really loving it. I just have to interrupt myself just to say this. Like, I'm just like besides myself. But like, I mean, yeah, and maybe the path that you're choosing, or maybe some of the decisions that you've made might not have really resonated with some of the other people in your family, and you might have had to deal with like some backlash. But like once they start seeing that, you know, you are making the progress that I see that you're making here, like they can't say nothing. What else? I'm kind of getting a lot for this second card. A personal issue reaches resolution. Yeah, there's a lot of things here with family, you know. And then along with that, the Chariot is ruled by Cancer. So yeah, so this really makes me feel like, you know, either romantic or family issues, or maybe the family that you've built versus like the family that you grew up in. And wasn't I saying something like that before? Earlier I was saying how like the North Node is more so like your future compared to like the past that you grew up in. So like, yeah, so that issue within yourself is really, you might have had a lot of things that were kind of ingrained in you since you were a child, that you've had to really kind of overcome in order to get to this anchor energy. Maybe some people might have told you that you can't amount to anything, and if you went through something along those lines, I am really, really sorry. And let me tell you something, you can absolutely do it. I mean, you know, if you have to look up and even follow the stories of some people who've come from where you've come from, or who have accomplished some of the things that you want to accomplish as motivation, I highly encourage that you do so, okay? Because it can be hard to work out of that mindset. You know, it changes your brain. Like, it literally changes your whole brain chemistry when you grow up in, you know, harsh environments. Like, you know, and so to work out of that is an uphill battle, but you can do it, and I really have faith in you. Okay, so I really hope that this reading resonated with you. If it did, please like the video, comment, subscribe. Yeah, it's been like a few years since I've posted, I know, but like I fully intend to do my best to keep up with the content. Okay, thank you so much, you guys. Be blessed. Bye.